Some people just want to watch world fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Jason just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. That's right. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 414. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm the power bottom. And I'm the intern.
Hey, 2 weeks in a row we're all here. It's got to be some record.
I will probably break that next week
Why?
because there's going to be a show returning on the air that Blake is going to have to watch.
Oh, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
No, during the pandemic when we were doing everything by Skype, when I wasn't really paying attention to you guys, I was watching Oak Island.
I can put a TV in the studios here, and I can just put it on. And it'll be like you're at home.
Nothing more exciting than buried wood.
Can't wait.
We would have to mute it, though.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's
you'll
how
still
I-
get the script. You'll
Well,
still
that's-
get the plot.
That's how I watched it all last season, too.
There's really
No, I just figured you muted yourself so we wouldn't hear the TV. Oh, Blake.
Well, I did that, too.
We noticed last year that you weren't paying any attention to us because you just kept talking and talking and talking.
And I muted you, and we just kept talking on the show.
I wondered why that was a one-way conversation. It'd be like in the Zoom meeting where you're like, okay, so-and-so, what's your response? And you're like, hello, hello, hello. And they're like, oh, I was on mute for the past 2 minutes. I'm like, yeah, and we all knew that.
I was watching Shark Tank yesterday, and they had
Hold on a second. I'm not done talking about Oak Island.
Anyways, I was watching Shark Tank yesterday. Brian, he's done, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's done.
Okay, good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They have technology that detects chemicals in the water. At the end of last season, that's what they found, that there
Shark
are
Tank?
actually
In Shark Tank.
residuals
Oh, so they know if the shark's going to
in
get sick or
Shark
not.
Tank off of our Oak Island, so that they actually have identified gold and silver metals in the water around Oak Island.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was,
Yeah.
I was impressed that none of the sharks picked up for Oak Island. They all turned it down.
No, we're done. No, not having it.
It's at least a 10-season investment.
But did the sharks have frickin' laser beams?
That's what was missing.
I would watch that if
Was
that
it
was on
King
Oak
Shark?
Island. Oh, yum, num, num,
Nom,
Nom nom.
num, num.
Yeah. So that's why I like it. They have some really good technology stuff they brought in to look at stuff.
Yeah, so is Popular Science, the magazine. You could just read that.
Yeah, that requires reading.
It would be a lot more exciting. You find a lot more in Popular Science. No, Shark Tank had these two guys on that were trying to sell their idea of a mute me, M-U-T-E, space me, and there's a button that you plugged into your computer, and you hit it, and it mutes yourself during Zoom meetings and like virtual meetings and that.
What about turning your camera off so when you're a CNN correspondent,
No,
you're masturbating during meetings?
No.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't read that.
Video still on?
Yes, video's on.
But at least you're muted.
Well,
you don't actually hear the
Isn't there a
fapping.
button on your computer to mute yourself anyway?
Yes, but this way you will know if you're muted or not.
Other than the fact that on Zoom it says mute
Muted.
next to your name.
Yes, but this changes
icon?
from green, neon green, to red lights.
Are we so stupid that we need this?
Well, here's
Wait,
the best
hold on.
part.
I thought red would be caution, you're on the air.
So, no. Green,
Wait,
green is
on?
on. And they're like, well, if people walk by your desk, they can see if you're muted or not, and they can interrupt you if they need to. And I'm like, but the whole purpose, like, most of this is at home, right? Because of virtual meetings, in theory.
There's still, you can be in the
I get
office and
that.
have meetings, virtual meetings for other places.
So the best part is it was $39.99, and
But wait, there's more.
it cost $11 to make. And they're like, the one guy's like, I can get this made for like 80 cents. He's like, and they're like, well, we're trying to get it down in price and that. So
80 cents? Cool. You just saved us a lot of money.
so they're like, you need to sell this for like 10 or 20 bucks. Like, nobody's paying this. And they're like, well, we beg to differ. It's in every Staples right now. And they're like, oh, how many Staples? 10,000 Staples stores. And they're like, oh, that's impressive. Where are they putting it at? Very front of the store, right as you walk in. And they're like, that's great. How many units have you sold? Well, we've only been there for 4 weeks. Okay, how many units have you sold? 150. And they're like, in 10,000 Staples stores? They're like, well, they haven't promoted us much. And they're like, wait a minute, you're in the front of the store. That's what the one shark said. You're in the front of the store. What more do you want?
So I'm guessing they all passed.
They did. It did not go well.
I would have given them 9 cents for half their profit.
But I'm like, oh, wow, that's impressive. They got to have good numbers, right? No, 150 units. Yeah. They're like, no.
No, yeah. If the shark is right that you can make it for like 90 cents
Correct.
or something, then yeah, you can sell that for $10 and make a killing, and it might sell for $10.
Correct.
It will not sell for $40.
No. But
You should get a celebrity like Tubin to advertise for it.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Jeffrey. What's he doing nowadays?
Masturbate.
He's still masturbating on CNN meetings. They brought him back.
Allegedly.
They brought him back.
masturbating.
Anyways. So that was the bad shark idea of the week. Hey, Jeff, you should make a keyboard that goes into the laptop. Nobody's ever done that before. That's a pointless thing too. You could do.
It's not pointless. A lot of times I'm using my laptop and I'm like, the keyboard, I wish I could
Really?
sit here because
No.
the
They make
laptop
those.
to the screen, any keyboard.
No.
The laptop to the screen isn't necessarily the keyboard where you want the screen to be to where you want to be typing.
I do need to get a new keyboard for my laptop for work because the E button fell off. That did
Hey,
not do well.
you know what? I have
You can just get a new E button.
I have a piece of masking tape I want to sell you for $11. It blocks your video. It's called the Tubin tape.
They actually they gave us one when we all start working from home, and you basically just put a little thing on it, and you just flip it over, and it closes the camera. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee that works.
I hope it does.
You need my Tubin tape to
Oh, okay.
make sure you're completely covered.
You can find that on Printer. You can find. You can go to Blake and the Dit Man in the Morning, 97.2 .com. So, Jim, you got any new inventions?
No.
No. Okay.
I've been trying to think of new ones, but they've all been taken already.
I think the thing we should do is go onto Shark Tank and try to sell our podcast. We'll just do a 5-minute segment and try to sell that.
I don't want to give up any ownership.
Well, it would be like $500,000 for 8%.
I don't want to give up 8%.
Jeff and I are 50% each. I don't think you have any.
I know.
I'm about to say I'd give up I'd give up 100% for 500,000.
They're all front end collectors. We're all residuals here on this side of the table.
It's kind of like Michael Scott Paper Company. We are so rich. Why, Ryan, do you think you're getting all the money?
Michael, that's another name.
I always am. I've talked about that before, like on Shark Tank, like when they were like, "I'll give you, $800,000 for 51% of your company." Done, done. I don't have to do anything. I'm just there. You're running it. More than likely, it's going to be successful because you are taking an interest in it.
I think they still probably would want you to be like at the office running things.
I would do it, but it's like that's a lot less stress at that point. I mean, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good. Have a good day." Or when they come in, like, I'll buy your whole company out. Done. Have a good day. Wipe everything out.
And that's the thing, they're giving you $500,000, but that's not necessarily for you. That's $500,000 to put back into the business.
Correct. What? So how much is our price for Hobie?
$500,000.
$500,000. Okay. If anybody would like to buy our name for $500,000, we'll give it. We'll do that.
We got plenty of names.
Is that 500,000 in Pez pieces?
IOUs.
Hobie coin.
Hobie coin.
How many we got?
We're almost back up to 1.
Okay. Good.
We had one, but we spent it.
Yes. What'd you buy?
I didn't buy anything. Blake bought it on something stupid.
Pez. Look at all this Pez on the table.
I don't think you bought any of this Pez. That's me and the intern over there,
Yeah.
buddy.
Sorry, Brian. That one we just finished, it got sold. And it wasn't really sold. It was given to the guy who got Tom Brady's 600th touchdown ball. He got.
Are you in my brain? Because I got that written down to talk about.
Go ahead, explain that to somebody.
So Tom Brady threw his 600th touchdown pass to Mike Evans,
In a row?
and then Mike Evans gave the ball to a fan.
Just gave it away.
Yes.
So to get
But that's what Mike Evans usually does. He catches
Yes.
a touchdown, he
Yes.
runs to the
End zone.
end
back
zone
to
of the
end zone.
fans, and he hands the ball away.
So-
If Brady didn't want it given away, he shouldn't have thrown it to Mike Evans.
Yep. What
Sorry,
an
he should have
idiot.
thrown it to Godwin, damn it, and I would have won fantasy football this week.
Former Bengal tried to get it back, or told him about it. Did you see that? Giovanni Bernard?
Bernard, yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going. So he gave the ball
So he
away.
gave it away. So the guy, they said, "Oh, can we have the ball back?" And the guys wanted to haggle with him and want stuff for it. And so Brady already said, "Hey, I'll give him another signed ball. I'll give him some
A helmet.
a helmet,
Yep.
a jersey." The team said they'll kick in $1,000 worth of merchandise at the
Yep.
Team store.
Team store. Evans said he'd throw in some stuff, and the guy still held out.
I thought they got it
So,
back, though.
They got it back.
They got it back, and they agreed on everything. I just read this.
But they also got season tickets for next year and 2 years.
The rest of this year and all of next year.
And 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah. So he ended up with a signed Brady jersey and helmet,
Okay.
a game jersey and helmet, Mike Evans game jersey and cleats autographed, $1,000 in pro shop money, season tickets for this year, rest of this year, and all of next year. Brady personally gave him 1 Bitcoin, and then the last thing that the guy wanted was he wanted to play a round of golf with Brady.
Did he get that?
Yep.
Wow. Now, the best part is Brady's going to be on another green, and he's like, hey, you doing over there?
Hey, what about Tony Romo's suggestion? Didn't he throw that one in too?
What did Tony say?
Have a date with Giselle?
I think that was more John Madden's comment there.
I
But
No, it was
really,
all
like,
Romo.
It was.
like one Bitcoin is ridiculous.
$64,000.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, yeah, I
Oh.
mean, you're joking. I'm like, you could probably get just
there you
give
go.
him cash for a lot less.
That's right. But you got to find a gangster or a mobster to buy it from you.
But I would have done Jeff's idea if he would have caught one of those record-breaking home run balls.
Mm-hmm.
I would have immediately signed all 4 sides of that football. So wherever Brady wanted to display it, my name was on it.
You know, at the next game, the fans should go up and give away Mike Evans's cleats and jerseys to somebody in the end zone.
They did say that ball was probably worth over $100,000 on the private market.
Well, we got 64,000 in Bitcoin for it.
I think I would have held out for more season tickets than just 1 year.
I mean,
Well, maybe you realize that Brady might retire by then, and they're going to suck.
he's going to play another 5 or 6 years, you said.
He's going to get 700.
No, he wants to play till he's 50.
Yep.
It was originally like 42. He just keeps adding
But
a
he
year.
keeps winning.
Yeah,
And he is still in phenomenal shape.
yeah, yeah.
I love the picture of when he was drafted to the picture now. He was so dumpy and ugly.
You talking about him or Giselle?
Him.
Oh, okay.
Giselle turned
Giselle-
him into a beautiful human being.
Yeah.
Was Giselle ever dumped
No,
and ugly?
No. Only on the inside.
Aren't we all?
Speak for yourself.
What? I don't know. That football's not that valuable because you have all those other footballs from his other quarterbacks who threw 600 touchdowns.
Oh, Achilles Smith.
Okay. How much is the Super Bowl, the ball when he throws his 601st touchdown?
It's another record breaker.
It's a higher record breaker than 600.
He better have a lot
more
of
impressive.
He better have a lot of Bitcoin out there.
But the problem with that, Jeff, is it's the same reason when everybody says Pete Rose has 1,492 hits. No, he actually has,
1544?
44? Yeah.
Do I mean 4192?
Yeah, 4192, yeah.
1456. Or no.
41,
no,
42, 4256.
4256. That's
Yeah,
the record.
4256 is the record. But everyone says 4192.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, he's also the only person to hit 4193. and 41.94.
Good for him.
And on 15-year-old girls.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that did that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Preferably other 15-year-olds.
Not 30-year-old men.
Yes.
Moving on. Okay.
Hold
Blake.
on.
I was waiting
Allegedly.
for allegedly. Yeah.
There you go.
Allegedly, sorry. Thanks, Blake.
No, it's been proven.
Jeff, you got anything you watched this week?
What did I watch? I don't remember.
Okay, good man.
I watched, the season finale of Titans. At least it looks like next season they're going in a different direction. So this terrible, terrible season.
What city is it in?
This season is in Gotham.
Okay.
It ended with them heading to San Francisco, going back to the West Coast.
Is it worse than season 2 of Heroes?
I would say season 3 might be worse.
The biggest problem with season 2 of Heroes was that the writer's strike happened. So whatever they were building up to, they just kind of forgot and left.
What about season 5?
Did they have 5 seasons? I thought
They brought it back. Remember, they had 4
Oh,
seasons.
the Heroes Reborn.
Yeah. It wasn't good, but it wasn't
Heroes
horrible.
Reborn was better than this season of Titans.
Okay, so we're not watching Titans, Jim.
I liked the first 2 seasons. This one was nah.
Still tough. How about Arrow? Was it better than Arrow?
This season better than what season of Arrow?
Season 3.
Did I get to through the 3rd season of Arrow? I
Season
don't
2 was
remember.
great of Arrow when they had Deathstroke. That was about the only good. That was a really, really good season. And then Laura Lang or Lance or whatever her name is.
Laurel Lane.
Lane. They killed her off in season 4. I was just down. I never watched again.
So, how was season 5?
Much better.
I don't know. I don't watch. I don't watch after my character's dead.
I loved you on Harper's Island.
Allegedly.
I liked you on Harper's Island. Moving on. Actually, it was funny. Somebody was talking to me this weekend.
Why were they talking to you?
I don't know. I'll be honest. And they're like, "Oh, I saw you did the expo that you were talking doing the panels. Who'd you talk to?" I was like, "Oh, I told Katie Cassidy from Arrow, and he's like, do you know, I really liked her in Harper's Island." I was like, "Oh my God, you're the only one with me." He's like, "It's a really good show." I was like, "Thank you." She didn't know, though. She stopped watching after episode 10 when she got killed off.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, my bad.
Man. So
Wait, is there a show she's been in where they don't kill her?
Maybe it's on her. Anyways.
Is she the female, what's it, Eric Bean? What's his name?
Eric Bean?
Sean Bean?
Sean Bean.
I love that Eric Bean.
I was
He
thinking,
so
of,
good
I was
in
thinking of Eric Roberts for a second.
Game of Thrones. He was awesome in.
Hey, Sean Bean did not die in National Treasure.
Nope.
No.
Just went to jail.
Yeah. Okay,
But
Blake.
Eric Roberts did die in South Park.
And Batman Return, The Dark Knight.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. He just broke his leg.
Oh, yeah, he just broke his leg.
Yeah, he just threw him off the building.
Yeah. That was Michael Jaya White. I think that got killed. He was the guy in the purple suit. Joker killed him. Anyways, Blake, go ahead.
What, he put a pencil through
No,
his eye?
it was a pool stick. That was one of his henchmen.
I know.
Want to see how the pencil disappears? Blake, go ahead. You got a minute. Dune, go ahead.
I'll save it for listener feedbacks because we got listener feedback on Dune.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I will say we did have some talking or texting back and forth in this past week. That has been a shame and actually a horrible thing that we haven't been talking about what we do in the shadows for this entire season so far. The only
Yes.
comedy that's been making me laugh out loud when I
Yes.
watch it.
So, first off,
Best comedy on TV.
Spoilers.
Tacoma
Spoilers.
FD.
Gotta be.
I've never tried watched that.
Oh,
I
it's
wanted
so
to.
funny.
Tacoma FD.
It's not as good as he says it
But
is.
you have to be a fan of Super Troopers.
Is it better than Super Troopers 2?
Yes.
That was on the other night. I know it was the edited version, but
It was rough.
Yeah.
Is
So-
it better than Club Dread?
I like the Pac-Man scene.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Super Troopers 2 is better than Club Dread.
Oh God, really? I never finished it. Super Troopers 2.
Did you finish Club Dread?
Yes, because I kept
that's
thinking
more
it would
impressive.
get better. I kept thinking it was going to get better.
Never did. However, they are not as good as the Slam and Salmon.
I enjoyed that. I have to go back and watch that
I
one.
think
It's
that
been a
might be
long
my
time.
second favorite of the Broken
the group.
Lizard.
Yeah.
So what we do in the shadows, first off, Nandor is in Cruella, the Disney movie. He came in, he's a lawyer in it, and I was watching it with my daughter, I was like, it's Nandor! And it was weird him not talking like that. Because he had like a more of a true British accent.
But he's not the lawyer.
And what?
In What We Do in the Shadows.
No. In Cruella, he's an attorney.
But no,
But if you were getting an attorney from What We Do in the Shadows, wouldn't you get
Laszlo.
Laszlo?
Jackie Daytona.
I haven't practiced in 300 years.
300 years. I object.
I object. So what we do in the shadows, great series. Season finale is this week. Thankfully, they renewed it for season 4.
Is it over this quick?
Yeah, 10 episodes.
Oh, man, that's so
The
depressing.
one time that we want a show to go 20 episodes, or at least 15, they said, nope, you get 10.
It's horrible.
Was anyone else, is everyone caught up?
I am.
I'm caught up.
I am.
Okay, Brian, you're
Nope.
3 seasons behind.
He's stuck in Tacoma.
Yes. So, was everyone shocked by the ending this week?
Yes.
Are you? Can we say it?
Yeah, we can.
Colin?
Spoiler alert.
Yes. It was kind of interesting. I thought
Breath
it was
of
kind of
silence.
shocking.
Breath of silence for Colin Robinson.
Yeah.
So,
Or
yes, he just kept farting.
He did that.
Colin Robinson, the energy vampire, died at 100 years old on his birthday. And it makes sense that Laszlo was so friendly to him half the season.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a little concerned about, wait a minute, he hates Colin Robinson. Why are they so buddy-buddy now?
Yeah.
And Laszlo read in the book, in the vampire library, that energy vampires expire. They don't die, they expire at 100
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's not coming back.
I think he comes back in some.
He's
They'll
too
find a
big of
way.
a character.
So,
to-
spoilers,
for
he
him
is
not to come back.
He is listed on IMDb for episode 10. Now, it could be a flashback.
Flashbacks.
I think he comes back.
Or they could have his body there.
What was pretty funny?
Or he wasn't really dead. He
Well, it's
just
pretty-
pranking them.
No, I think he's dead because
he's dead. Because they're like, oh, he's like sleeping. And he's like
Nandor.
his face, his entire face
Crushed
caves
his
in.
head.
Yes. Now, don't forget there are clones that were buried in the backyard of Colin. Maybe the real Colin was in the backyard, buried, and the clone. This was the clone.
I mean, like the Count.
Yeah, the count was awesome when they brought him
They
back.
dug him up.
So that is a possibility.
I don't know.
I don't think you can get rid of. He was not on the New York City Comic Con panel this year. That was last month. It was a virtual panel. Everybody was on it except Colin.
He was pissed.
That could be.
They killed him off.
I don't think you could have him. Right? He couldn't. He can't be gone. Right? He's so good to that show.
I don't know. Is that why they brought what's her name on? She's been in almost every episode of season 3. The
Kristen Shaw.
the liaison.
I hope not.
or whatever.
She's okay, but
Yeah, she's no Colin.
the one thing
Her
they said
character.
is maybe because Nandor only read that they expired at 100 years. They never showed him reading the rest of the page, so maybe he just stopped it like he did for the card for Nandor. Nah, thank you for that kind word. So maybe it tells them that they come back. The one thing I read online, one theory is maybe it's like a baby Groot thing. He's reborn as a baby and then like ages. Because he does say his mom is still alive and she's an energy vampire.
Oh.
Are they going to bring Jim back?
Who's Jim?
The guy who was chasing down Laszlo for the money.
Oh, God.
Good Donna Loja appearance last week.
Oh, my God. That was awesome.
Along with what's his name, the other comedian,
David Cross?
Yes, David Cross.
Yeah.
I was wondering who that was. That was David Cross?
As soon as he
Cross.
walked in, I'm like, that's David Cross.
It took me a couple of sentences of dialogue.
I couldn't figure out who it was.
And Candy Alexander.
Yep.
The female?
Yeah.
From
News Radio.
News Radio. Yes.
Yeah.
That took me a while
CSI
too.
Miami.
I was going to say CSI Miami.
When she's over the. So basically, Nandor was trying to sleep for 800 years. And when he was asleep for a half hour and they woke him up, and he's like, Guillermo, you look horrible.
Yeah.
I've been asleep for 800 years? No, 30 minutes, sir, master. It's a great season.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. The human cult, become human again and finding happiness.
That was episode 8, yep. It was basically a 1980s aerobics class that went like cult.
Yeah.
We're going to go. Let's
Exactly.
feel the final burn.
Oh, when she opened the door for all the vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, now I need to find new followers.
I like the cult leader when she was trying to show that she was human, even though she wasn't, and she was eating, and she's like, "I'll be right back," and then she's puking in the
She's
bucket.
like,
drank the
you got
water.
to use the printer.
Oh, that's
my
right.
God, I walk out. She's like, bleh.
She's eating the apple. It's like it's painful in her face.
It's the little things, like the doll. Who's the female?
Yeah, the doll when little what's her name?
Nadine?
Natasha.
Natasha.
Yeah, when and they went to run around and she's in a toy store and happening other dolls with her spirit.
She was
was
the giant
hilarious.
inflatable rat she threw her spirit to. It's a great series, people. You need to watch it. But yeah, they renewed it for season 4. I was very disappointed that it was this week is it.
Yeah, now I'm bummed.
Yeah.
But then after Thursday, I know that Tuesday, Oak Island starts again.
I'll put it this way, though. I'm elated because I thought this was the last episode of the season, so I'm getting another episode I wasn't expecting.
I will say I'm going to have to
Bonus.
go back and watch season 3 and see all the little hints. And they said it makes sense because Colin's getting angrier, like he's not getting as much pay. Like if he's expiring, like he's changing a little bit, right? So
He wasn't doing as much stuff to be annoying.
no, and his powers weren't as good either for absorbing the energy. So
Although, didn't he walk in on that one other vampire group early in the season?
Yeah.
And started, like, draining their
oh
energy
yeah, the
vampire?
millennials, the hipsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to drain me? No. I will say Donald Loge was awesome this week.
I'm like, Donald Loge is, like, he's been a vampire for, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
And he's already on the Supreme Council?
Well, it's like Scientology, allegedly. Tom Cruise goes right to the head of the table, allegedly.
Yeah,
and so
he's
it's like
famous.
Donald Loge.
I like the fact that so many celebrities just want to be written into a
Yes.
guest spot on
Yes.
the show. I think that's really cool.
And I like how they pretty much only want celebrities who have been
Playing
vampires.
Yes, that's,
Wesley
that
Snipes.
too is pretty neat as well.
The Wesley Snipes one was funny.
Who did they turn down?
Like in real life?
Yeah, in real life, somebody, like, it was like at least B-list, if not A-list.
Jeffrey Epstein?
Celebrity was like
Brad
no.
Pitt.
And they're like, he played a
I
vampire.
know he did. Antonio Banderas.
But they said, "Oh, did you ever play a vampire?" No, like, oh no, we don't need you then. Kate Winslet, maybe
I'll find out for you.
somebody like that.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Okay.
Yep.
She's going to have to go play a vampire role.
Yeah.
That's right.
What else we got? Brian, you go ahead now. Your turn, buddy. What do you got?
For what?
And what'd you watch?
We started Squid Game.
Oh, how many episodes?
We're up to 6.
6.
Do you like it?
Yeah. It's
If he didn't, he would stop. Like
Not necessarily.
Arrow.
You could be pot committed.
Where is 6 where they have to pair up?
well, you haven't started 6, so we've watched the first 5.
What was the last
What
game
was
they
the last
played?
game they played? Yeah.
Tug of War.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good episode. Because the whole time you're like, how do they get past this, right?
Yeah. Man, the dubbing's bad.
Yeah,
But-
I will say it gets worse. Like it feels worse, right? As the more episodes you
Yeah.
watch. Yeah,
Yeah. Like that. But other
So does
than
it
I mean,
get worse or just starts feeling worse?
maybe both.
both to me, like it's progressively like the more we watched it, the more we're like, wow, this is really bad.
The dubbing in Bank Heist looks amazing when you compare it to
That's-
Squid Game.
100%. Yes, I completely agree with that.
Which one?
Bank Heist
Money Heist.
or Money Heist,
Money
yeah.
Heist, yeah.
The dubbing on that, I thought it was pretty bad, but it's way better compared to this.
Maybe you should have watched some Jackie Chan movies with the dubbing before you watch
Yeah,
this.
maybe I
Prepare
should.
Jackie
yourself.
Chan's pretty bad.
to prepare yourself for it.
1950s Godzilla films. Those are pretty bad.
Or Guardians, the Russian movie.
Oh, yeah, with the bear.
That I think I found that on
Amazon.
YouTube. Is
Oh,
it on
really?
Amazon?
It's on Amazon, yeah.
When I watched it or whatever, and I'm like, I was actually surprised the dubbing was as good as it was because I was expecting bad.
You sure it was on Yahoo TV or whatever that was?
Yes, I'm sure it wasn't Yahoo.
How do you find it?
Yeah,
But
it-
yeah, it's
So what do you like? You like it so far? Other than the dubbing, once you get past the dubbing,
I don't know if I like it as much as everybody else did, but it's not. I mean, it's interesting for
Where you
sure.
Where you buy the Funko Pop. They have Funko Pops of them coming out early 2022.
No,
Oh.
Of the
But I
people
did
with the mask
pre-order.
faces.
All three of the masks
okay.
and contestant 456,
Okay.
number one, and then
The old man.
yeah, and then there's three others that they have contestants. Pretty much, I think all the main stars they have they have them, which surprised me with the Funko Pops. I was like, oh wow, you can make your own Squid Game with them.
So I haven't watched any Squid Game yet, but I did watch the Saturday Night Live
Skit.
or the song video of the Squid Game.
No, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it.
Well, you should watch it then.
I'm 2 weeks behind on Saturday Night Live.
Did you watch
So
the?
you've missed Kim Kardashian
The lady we shall not name.
name her.
We do not name that family on the show.
And Jason Sudeikis.
and then Sudeikis. You're not missing anything with the first of the two that I said.
The name that you shall not name. Okay.
No, but it was pretty good. I know you were on episode 6
No,
because
it was Rami Malek, not
Oh yeah.
Rami Malek. Yeah, because I sent that good rebuff out that because LeBron James, I think he started out with his tweet. He's like, "Hey, have you seen Squid Game?" And he went to complain about the ending, and he rebuffed him with first
The
thing. He's
creator
like-
did of Squid Game rebuffed
Then
him.
the creator of Squid Game rebuffed and said, "Have you seen Space Jam 2?" And then went in on his own critique.
Can we change the
about it,
ending of
too.
that? Is
Yeah.
what he said.
That's awesome.
I always like when people go back at the person like, you know what, screw you.
But it wasn't malicious or anything. It was actually kind of
It was.
good-hearted,
humor, yeah.
good humor stuff. So.
Trust me. If I had a choice between watching Space Jam 2 again or competing in the Squid Games, I might go with the Squid Games.
Well, it depends which game.
That's true.
Ooh.
All of them.
I think I could do red light, green light pretty well
Yeah.
because you're on your own.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about teams of people. You don't have to worry about tug of war.
The glass one, which we will not spoil
Yeah.
because Brian hasn't seen it yet, that would be good depending
you're
on...
you're still at the mercy of other people. though,
Correct. Correct.
where you're at in the line.
The last game I would not do well in.
No.
No.
No, the all-out riot where everybody starts killing each other in the first night.
Yeah, that
I
would not
probably
be-
wouldn't do that.
No,
very
no,
well.
no, no, no. Or I would just do what Bobby Heenan, the great announcer, would say: "Come to the ring with a big crescent wrench. That's all you need. Big crescent wrench."
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's right. Jim, what do you got?
Well, I'm probably a little late to the party. Coming to started watching Succession on HBO.
How many seasons you on?
I am almost through the first season.
Okay, we're
They
done
ju-
with the first, and we just started the second.
Yeah, the third season just started this week. So,
That's another one on
I
our
didn't
list.
realize it was third. I thought
and they
it was
just renewed it
second
today
season.
for 4.
yep. And there are no sympathetic characters.
So I feel like it's again very similar to Sons of Anarchy. That you start like you may not like the people, but you understand why they're doing it, right? And it kind of like Yellowstone has more sympathetic characters a little bit, but like the people you think you're going to like, you don't, and then the people you think you're going to hate, you're like, he's okay, they're okay. Culkin is he is a mean
Yeah.
man in that game.
I believe he's the next host for Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
November
Peter Culkin?
6th. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think?
He was
best that
great
they-
in The Mighty.
What do you think that there's going to be a Home Alone skit just for his brother?
No.
You don't
Probably
think?
not.
You don't think?
I think he wants to be known
His own-
as something other than
He's
Home Alone
Holly's
brother.
He's earned that.
Yes, he has.
He's great in it. So go ahead. Your thought? Would you continue watching?
Oh yes, I'm going to continue watching it. It's entertaining. So
I think the most evil guy might be the brother that lives away from everybody. That's dating a lady of the night. Oh, I'm sorry. She's a screenwriter. She's going to be a theater writer. I think he might be the most dangerous person in there. When he starts talking about how he wants to own water tables and sell the water, and he's like, because it's going to happen. And I'm like, oh man, this guy's evil.
So you're talking about how like none of the characters are like sympathetic or whatever, and you mentioned Sons of Anarchy, and it's like the one character that's supposed to be sympathetic is the one that every fan hated.
Who?
What's her name? Jax's girlfriend.
Oh
wife.
God,
Tara.
Tara. Everyone hated Tara,
Yep.
where she was the only redeemable character in the whole.
she was
thing.
redeemable when she got killed.
but then she was.
She finally bought in and
Yeah.
became part of it.
She still had a blurred line, so Gemma was a good person.
I actually liked the new sheriff
Yeah.
until they killed him off.
Yeah. I like Tig up until the last season.
Yeah.
I like
Opie.
Opie was good.
I
Who was
liked
the one
Opie.
that dated the crossdresser?
Juice.
No, Tig. Tig
Yeah,
is the
that
one.
was
No,
Tig,
sorry.
isn't it?
Juice is the one that I liked up until the last season.
Yeah.
Tig is the one that I always loved. Yes, Tig was awesome. And also the Irish guy.
Tommy Flanagan.
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Yeah,
Chibs.
yeah.
Chibs. That's it. I couldn't remember that.
I think that they
I like
had it.
Bobby too.
Bobby Elvis.
Yep.
Did he last the whole season?
Oh yeah.
Series.
Yep.
Okay. I was trying to think. I like Clay. He was a good villain.
Yeah.
So I miss Sons of Anarchy.
The other show I would highly recommend, I mentioned beforehand, going back to Law and Order, organized crime. They bring Stabler back, and it's really good.
It is
6 episodes in, and it's
of the second season.
yeah.
Yeah.
What show?
Law and Order, the organized crime.
Oh, okay.
The spinoff where they brought
Yeah.
where they reintroduced Stabler.
Wait a
So
minute.
how organized is their crime?
It's pretty organized. It's
The
not as
Albanian-
chaotic.
It's the Albanian mob.
They have that
Vinnie
Maria
Jones.
called Dawn or whatever from
Vinnie
Netflix.
Jones.
Yep.
The lady that organizes everything. She
Kondo?
comes. Yeah,
Maria
she comes
Kondo.
in.
She gets everybody to take only what they think is necessary.
That's the second season already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a short
First
first
season.
season because of they started it in COVID,
Gotcha.
but and so it was like I think it was only like maybe 8-10 episodes at most.
you also are watching Ghost.
I'm 3 episodes into Ghosts.
We are too. I think we're 3. We're the one that they did the voting. They showed them.
Well, I fell asleep during it, so
It's not horrible, but it's not good.
there are definitely worse shows on.
Yes. It's a CBS sitcom.
Yeah.
So is it better or worse than a B minus?
Well, Entertainment Weekly B minus. It's B minus. For us, it's lower than a B minus.
Okay.
I mean, it's not horrible.
I have it about a C.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, and that was kind of like my wife and I were just watching. And we're like, yeah. And I was like, what do you think? She's like, it's okay.
I think it can grow a little bit, but
I think once they start bringing people into the bed and breakfast,
yeah.
I think then it opens up to you have celebrity guests, you have different little odds and quirks. It's like Newhart, right? You can make it like Newhart.
Why not just bring Newhart back?
I think he's dead. No, Bob Newhart.
Breath of Silence. Peter Scolari.
Yes. Bosom Buddies. Girls. Your favorite show. Your Girls.
Newhart.
Newhart. Michael.
Now, Girls was the show that none of the characters were redeemable.
Yeah, even Adam Driver wasn't.
You started the first episode, you're like, this guy's kind of a dick, and then you kind of see him like, oh, okay, I kind of understand. No, he's a dick.
If you were around those women, I think you would be too.
There is a incredible Adam Driver impression on the Rami Malek episode of
Yes,
Saturday
there
Night
was.
Live. It's so good.
Who did it?
The new kid, James Austin Johnson.
Oh, from Saturday. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I think the best those impersonations was what's her name, the blonde woman from
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
That was good. Very good.
Anything else, Jim?
No, this is what I pretty much watched.
I'm caught up on The Rookie with Nathan Fillion.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's not an episode. There wasn't an
There
episode.
wasn't one this
Correct.
week.
Next, so it's
Very happy that there's a serial killer in L.A. That's going to be the background story for the whole season.
That's a serial killer?
Yes.
Man, I missed that.
Wait, what? Yeah,
I'm shocked they killed the one police officer.
Jackson.
Jackson. He wanted off the show. He said he hasn't said anything, but he hasn't said anything since June. Like when he told them though that he did not feel like in this environment that he wanted to be a cop, on a TV show. So he decided to exit the show.
Okay.
Can understand that.
Yeah.
He actually wanted to exit the show in season 3, and they talked him back into it, and then that's why they gave him that big storyline with Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
So, and then season 4, he's like, but like we watched the first episode, we're like, what? Did they just kill him? And then later on, they're like, well, when we saw him in the morgue, I'm like, wait a minute, what? what happened? But yeah, so we're caught up. I like that the serial killer. They need something like that.
LA needs a serial killer.
Why'd you miss it? I'm just saying. But I like that there's overall. I like Wesley's story with the organized crime.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know what? Lamplighter?
Yes, Lamplighter. Good call. I like that one. I was thinking more Iceman.
Okay.
I do. I just generally, it's going in a good direction. I feel like it should be pretty good the rest of the season. I like the firefighter that he's dating.
Yes. And a typical firefighter policeman, they try to determine who's better.
Yeah.
Did Nathan Fillion's character, does he have the worst first year and a half of being a cop ever? How many times has he been shot at?
He has fired his weapon more than most cops do in 4 careers.
Not more than Smitty, though. Smitty hasn't fired a weapon ever.
Vote for Smitty.
I love stay with Smitty.
Yeah. Here's a button.
What are you going to do about what do you think about getting, mental health counselors to come to us? Look into that.
That sounds like a great idea. I'll look into that. Here, have a button.
Smitty's the guy that doesn't give a shit, and he's running for union rep again. So
He's been a union rep for like 10 years.
yes. I love Smitty in that show. And I like that they're adding like other policemen in the background. The new guy's good.
The new training officer has got a very weird and interesting story.
Yep.
So I'm very, very happy with it.
They did announce they will not have any live guns or whatever on set anymore.
Weird.
No. I'm not being funny.
No, I know, but can someone explain to me why there have been live guns on sets up until now?
So, number one fan Doug did a really good job, and I won't go through it all, and I'm probably not going to do it all justice. He sent a tweet to me yesterday. This guy who's a armorer, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He's been in Hollywood for 20 years as an armorer. He wrote these tweets, and he had part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
I think it was 25 parts. It was really well done. And he's like, let me explain to you what happens on set with these things. And he's like, I was not on Rust. Me and my friends that have worked in this industry know some of the stuff. We're not going to get into it. But in a roundabout way, he did kind of place blame, but did it in such a subtle way. You're like, I get what you're saying. But anyways, the main thing is, on the movie Rust, Alec Baldwin, if you haven't heard, took a gun, fired it, thought there was a blanks in it.
He was told that it was cold.
It was cold, which means that there's nothing in it. Cold means nothing.
Yeah, not even blanks were supposed to be in it.
And it didn't. It came off, shot the cinematographer, thank you, and the director.
Yep. Who was behind her.
Yeah, cinematographer died. Director got shot in the shoulder. Anyways, long story short.
What's the first rule when somebody gives you a gun and says it's empty or cold?
Don't point it at anyone.
You check it yourself?
Don't point it at anyone.
One, you don't point it at anyone.
Yep.
But 2 is you check it yourself. You make sure the chamber is clear and you make sure that it's not around in the next. Whether, depending upon what style of pistol it is.
So the armor in this tweet, very well done, and he basically went through it, and I didn't understand why you would have live ammo, any of that stuff. The reason
You're not supposed to.
Correct.
Until the jack fucks. The other problem is, why would you use prop guns for live ammunition shooting, which is a fucking fuck up. But anyways, go ahead.
So they do have prop guns out there. They do it when they don't need close-ups of the guns because they don't look as good. So they use
firing into the camera.
correct. If they're firing into the camera, they're shooting it out. If they have it on their side, holstered, all that stuff, they use the prop guns that have nothing in it. But anyway, so that's why they do the live one or the real ones. And then basically, he said that there is on a good set so many times, so many people saying cold gun, cold gun. It goes to the first assistant director. It goes to the armorer. It goes to this other person. It just keeps going down and down. After you put these bullets in, the blanks in that, he said, you're within 15 feet. If you're within 15 feet of this gun being blasted, you have the concussion coming back off it, the wind. You have gunpowder, and you have like the fire basically of it.
In rare instances, the top of those rounds,
The paper wadding.
there's paper wadding, and there's also it's still metal casings in there.
So something can happen.
Correct.
So he said he does not. It's up to the armor. He does not use paper wads in it. There's other ones you can use, but he said there's different calibers of bullets too that you use. So you have all this stuff, and then basically his thing is that it doesn't matter if it's a blanks or not. The other rule is you don't aim at the person. He's like, we can do cameras, and he helps the director, and him and his team helps the director like to shoot the film. So if the guy's pointing the gun at him, he's really like 5 feet that way to the
You
left.
can use camera angles and tricks,
Correct.
so you're not actually pointing the gun at anybody.
Correct. So that was interesting. That's why because I was doing the same thing. Like, why is all
you see a series of constant safety failures, and,
Yes.
and that has to come from the culture and the people working on the set.
Yeah, there were multiple things that went wrong
Like
for that to happen.
every day, something new comes out to where it's like, how is this even? Like, how are they even filming this movie?
They took
But I'm
the guns
sorry-
and they were blinking with it.
Yeah, so like the cast or
this
like
is all
the,
allegedly. We're just
the crew
yes.
took these guns and were offset, just like shooting at cans with live ammo in the guns, and then like it's a disaster. Like
It's sad just to see like what happened from it. Baldwin's. They showed him. He was upset. Obviously.
yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to find try and find the person because, if you ever, if I'm trying to find the person because he does a really good breakdown because I didn't understand why they had these type of guns on there. Why is this?
Yeah, I'll have to read that because I'm still don't understand. I mean, in this day and age, you're telling me you can't make something that's not a real gun that will still look like a real gun on screen?
Yeah. So
You take out the firing pin, you take out mechanisms that won't fire.
Yeah.
And everything, the outside's still real.
well, he did. Okay. So the guy that wrote it is S.L. Wong, Huange.
Huang.
Why? He's at SL_HUANG. Very good job. So he said, and he basically just went through the whole thing. It was from 3 days ago, his tweet.
Okay.
And he did I think there's 20 messages. Geez, a piece, maybe more than that. Cold gun means unloaded, just like right now.
Yeah.
So, but he was even saying like when these guns come out, like after they shoot a scene with the shooting, and he's like these scenes at most take a minute to shoot because they film them multiple times. He said that after you done shooting that scene with live bullets going, he's like they call something
You mean live blanks?
live blanks. But they call something, and everyone has to freeze. All the actors freeze that have a gun. Everybody. And they don't move until the armorers and his team comes in, takes each gun, walks it off set, or walks it over, and makes sure that all the rounds are spent. Because in theory, if this, in the movie, the guy's shooting 5 times, they only put 5 blanks in there. Yeah. So they make sure everything is correct. Once they clear that, someone else clears it, then the actors can move. So that was kind of interesting too, like how serious and like first off, that's impressive, right? Like that's how much effort goes into the security, which it should be, and the safety.
It's safety.
But you just don't realize that.
Yeah, and like, you don't use prop guns to go out plinking.
Sure.
Well, yeah, you can. You throw them.
So, yeah, SL_.
But yes, you're right. You don't use You wouldn't use the guns that you're using for blanks
Yeah.
to go out and shoot live rounds. That's a
Yeah,
big
just
no-no.
like I said, everything that I've read about the way that things have been done on this set just sound like a disaster.
But another question is, okay, they're using real guns and real blanks. Is there a reason to have real ammo on set?
No,
No,
I mean,
you're talking about real ammunition.
live
No.
ammunition.
No, there isn't. There's no reason.
I mean,
No, I don't think
it
so.
wasn't
You're
a misfired blank, was it? It was live ammo.
Yeah.
I believe it was live ammo.
Yeah.
Which
that
makes,
should nowhere be a.
which makes sense. Why, if they're going
They
out,
took the
Yeah.
guns off set,
Set.
and were,
if that's true, yes.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Thanks, Doug, for that tweet. Very well done. Really
Thanks.
interesting.
thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Wang.
Yeah, there's some good
Like 7.
Yeah, there's some good prop masters and people that supervise that stuff that have put together some really good explanations.
Yeah. Can we get Jason Brown on the show?
Yeah, he said he can be on after Thanksgiving, so
Okay.
I said November 30th, 7th, or 14th.
He is Canadian of the Year.
True.
He hasn't done anything for Canadian of the Year. He might be the worst Canadian of the Year
Nope.
Before
since Bisadiki.
I'm about to say, no, he hasn't badmouthed Pez, and that's pretty much the bar that's set.
Is he in town or is he on Zoom?
He's, I think he's enjoying the spoils of his insurrection that he led.
We'll
a couple
talk
of
about
weeks
that
ago.
too. Yes, he led us strike.
Regards to, well, speaking of work, work ethics and practices on sets. I mean, there's all kinds of horror stories. You're getting one side of the Ruby Rose.
Yes.
One in the Batwoman, then you're getting the other flip side too.
Yep.
But yeah, same thing, long hours, other kind of things, and safety neglection in this case. So yeah, I'm sure he's got some interesting things to talk about since he is first AD on a.
Drunken History.
Drunken History, but his most recent one was one of the crime. Was it the police lawyer? TV
Police
shows?
lawyer.
Yeah,
On
Chicago.
Caveman
Police
lawyer.
lawyer Chicago. Police lawyer Miami. Police lawyer L.A.
Police lawyer Toledo.
Police lawyer Toledo.
I will find this out now.
He was just recently first AD on a major network. Cop, lawyer, doctor.
No, police lawyer.
Firefighter show.
Dr. Police
Thing.
Lawyer.
Firefighter.
Esquire.
CSI Des Moines. Yep, it's official. He died of boredom.
Let's see here.
We don't know who tipped your cow over.
NCIS Los Angeles.
Yeah. NCIS Los Angeles. See?
He was also the first assistant director in Waffles Mochi plus Mochi. It's a TV series. Looks like a kid's one.
I'd never heard of that one.
Very special G4 holiday reunion special.
The G4. Yeah.
G4.
Bruise Brothers.
That's what that is.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Not beer.
the waffles and mochi thing. That's Michelle Obama's new Netflix show.
Oh, okay.
It's like a cooking show.
Did he meet Michelle Obama?
Well, we can ask him when he's on.
He was first assistant director.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe
He worked with her stunt
He
double.
wasn't allowed to talk to her.
There wasn't a lot of gunplay on that, thankfully. Let's see. Drunk History and Heathers.
I don't know about that.
Heathers. Poor Heathers never got saw it. But yeah, we'll get him on here. And trivia. His trivia is that he was on
Was
History
it
of Bad Ideas.
frequent guest?
I think it
Frequent
is.
guest on the History of Bad Ideas podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't need him this year. He hasn't been on yet this year.
He was a
The
special.
entire year?
he was on Skype with us earlier in the year.
Was it this year or last year?
I thought it was earlier this year.
A timeout. He was a special thanks on 4192, The Crowning of the Hit King in 2010, the documentary about Pete Rose. Timeout.
Special thanks.
He's not on. Nope, he's done.
We're going to have to ask him
Done
about
it.
this dark chapter.
No,
in his
he needs
history.
to come on so we can ask him about
That's
it.
right.
This is bull. No, we're not having this guy on. Damn you, Jason. I don't think he has his thanks anymore. Dang, I mean, it's a trivia. What? Anyways.
Do they have a special of 4256?
No, they do not. They do not. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Related news. He was on episode 124 and 169 of the History of Bad Ideas. It's on IMDb. Look at that.
Only twice? I thought he was
Related news.
And he's updating.
Yeah, I thought he was on 3 times.
See, all news. Let me check. Just make sure. Yeah, he was. No, he wasn't. 2 times. So, that's awesome, though. Yeah, look at that. We're on IMDb as usual. Thank you.
As usual.
We're on nerdly.co.uk. Good day, Governor. And because of that, we do have an IMDb page.
Hello, Becca.
So,
Do we really?
yeah, I think so. I'll check.
We have an IMDb page. Yeah, I think so.
Well, he's right until proven wrong.
It's like our what's that stupid ass social media thing that we have?
Tumblr?
Twitter?
Tumblr.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tumblr.
that's it.
Any of them?
Is Tumblr still around?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we have it anymore.
But apparently all the porn moved to Twitter because you can still do like graphic shit on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah, we
I
don't.
was stunned.
We don't have IMDb page anymore because Nerdly went out of business for a while, and then they came back like 6 months later, and that's when they had to reset everything. Damn it! But we're on the Jason C. Brown page, so go on there. It's a very nice job. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about with him. Blake, what you got for? Oh, wait, we got a poll of the week real quick.
We got pull of the week.
Bad Ideas Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. What is your favorite DC television series? Doom Patrol, the Harley Quinn cartoon, Titans, and Other, which is Blake's favorite.
I loved Other. I watched it twice.
Other is far better than Arrow.
Saw that coming.
I realize Other crosses all genres.
It does, because Other is in sci-fi. It's in.
But it has to be
Doctor, lawyer,
DC.
firefighter, MD.
Listener picks for Other that came in last place at 15%. Superman and Lois had a few. Stargirl. Good job, Jim.
No problem.
Are you watching it?
I haven't seen this season yet.
Oh, a couple of episodes ago, Solomon Grundy.
Did he crush a car?
It looked like a 1990s mist game from the computer.
Yes.
It was so bad. The CGI was bad. Birds of Prey. Wait a minute. That's from the CW show, WB show, wasn't it?
I think that was pre. Oh, yeah, pre CW.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey was older. That didn't last long at all.
We had a few people say the 1966 Batman series. Nice job. And third place, Harley Quinn cartoon with 19%. And, well, this was a disaster. We had a lot of votes, actually, on this one. I'm not kidding, we did.
No, when I voted, I'm surprised that it turned out this way because, when I voted, it was...
It was a tie, Doom Patrol and Titans. So Jeff voted 87 times for Titans under 87 Twitter handles.
I only voted once for Titans.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, so there you go.
Everybody voted for Titans, didn't watch season 3.
or episode 6.
It wasn't Arrow.
Laura Lane. Blake, what do you got for News of the Geek? Listener feedback.
Listener feedback.
was
Blake
gonna
does
say,
listener feedback.
You're confusing me. All right. That is not the sound for News of the Geek, but for the bomb listener feedback, sponsored by Tube and Tape, as seen on Hobie Tank. All right. We start off with the first guy that has a lot of tube and tape.
No, number one fan?
A-Pans?
Can't give yourself a nickname?
7.
Formerly known as
Dad.
Big D. He asked a philosophical question. He says, if the Golden Globes are not on television and the stars don't show up, does anybody care?
No, keep going.
Oh, no, that's what I wrote.
Oh.
He says, if the Golden Globes are not on television and the stars don't show up, how are they any different than the floppies?
Floppies are more prestigious, and we admit that we're crooked.
And people show up.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're 100% in for bribes.
Yep.
We're
right.
upfront about it.
Just to let everybody know, the floppies, we're going to be sending out invitations for segments this year. So if you guys
right.
want one, any podcasters out there, let us know.
That's right. Our corruption is fully transparent.
Yep, we take bribes. Brides?
Brides? We do not take brides. Well, I mean, I don't.
It depends, yeah.
I don't.
Jim, you're open?
Yep.
Okay. That was my bad.
I don't think Dr. Dana would like me coming home with a bride.
Next week, guys, we all need to have at least one nomination for Canadian of the Year. And Pittsburghian of the Year, which is the worst person. Canadian of the Year is the top awards for floppies. And you don't have to be Canadian.
It usually helps.
Yes, it does. Good, Blake. What you got?
Yeah, next one from Randall Holt. No handle. Are you going to interview Ross Marquand again when he returns to Cincinnati in March?
For Horror Hound?
No. They don't sponsor us. They don't get free advertising. Unlike the Cincinnati Comic Expo, which is September 22nd through the 24th next year at the Duke Energy Convention Center. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com.
I'm not telling people to buy tickets for it.
Heck no. I'm actually kind of upset that Ross Marquand is cheating on me. So
They're no longer talking.
No, we are.
They weren't talking before.
No, we are. We were talking just in different voices. I'm like, my cocaine. And he's like, please stop doing that. I was like, yes, sir.
How did you get my number?
I'm going to ask him to come on Hobie next year in March when he gets here and see what happens. So, bastard, he's cheating on me. He is a really nice guy, though. Go ahead, moving on.
Next, we got listener reviews. We have
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Meow God at Meow God. We haven't heard from him in a while, so
Yeah?
I'm glad that he sent something in. He has a Dune review for us.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'll save you my 1 minute for this as well. Overall, Meow God says, with his infinite wisdom and spirituality, he says, overall, not too bad, but that doesn't mean it's overly good. Man, that's so deep. God damn. Hold on a second. Let me think about this for a second.
Let's just say this review has been cut down. Intern Brian cut it down from like 3 pages worth of a review. Good job, Brian, editing
Thank
this.
you. Yeah, it took me a whial.
Oh, it did. Trust me.
Well, when they put it on the poster, Meow God says, not too bad.
Blank, blank, ... overly good. ...
10.
No. Overall, ... good.
Wait till you see what makes it on the China poster in China, which, by the way, if you haven't seen, it sparked a lot of controversy, too.
No, I have not.
But I'm not going to spoil his review with that.
I've tried to
bullshit.
avoid doing.
Yeah. He says, it felt like a commercial movie that tried to audition for an art movie category.
Like that.
A lot of nice scenes, but spent too many scenes posing than character development. There's a lot of yin-yang in here in Mao God's review.
That's how he is.
The film feels disjointed, and like too many directors were involved.
Too many cooks, too many cooks.
According to the score, it's at 6 out of 10, which is not a B minus. That's a D.
Yes. Some schools an F.
Yeah.
Depends what part of the 6 out of 10 is it. 65, 63.
Exactly. So overall, not too bad, but that doesn't mean it's overly good. It felt like a commercial movie that tried to audition for an art movie category. A lot of nice scenes, but too many scenes posing than character development. And I would kind of agree with
You have
Meow
1
God's-
minute.
I would agree with Meow God's wisdom, to tell you the truth. I put it up there on the level of Blade Runner 2049, where it's a beautiful cinematography, beautiful music that goes with it. But overall, I've seen it. This is the third time seeing it now, right? So I've seen the original Dune back in the day, and then
Sci-fi.
no, that's the original Dune movie.
Oh, okay.
1984.
Yeah, and then Sci-Fi was 2000, which was actually
that's what I
a
mean,
series, which was a long series, which felt more satisfying, because at the end of this Dune, I was left very wanting, like, that's it?
Oh, it's set up completely for more movies.
Well,
Yeah.
Which they approved today.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm about to say, I thought this was already, just part one.
Yeah, it wasn't like Lord of the Rings. You got done watching Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah,
You're like,
are you pausing my 1 minute?
No.
Damn it. But actually, Jeff and Jim are actually bringing up topics that I would have brought up in my 1 minute anyway. So yeah, please continue.
like Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, it ended.
Yeah.
You knew there was going to be more. But this ended, I knew there was going to be more. So,
Oh, minute's up.
Yeah, but I get 3 minutes to talk about
I
it.
got it. I got it. You got another minute.
But they didn't
I
let
said 3 minutes.
Sorry.
Yeah, but they didn't let Villeneuve do the Peter Jackson treatment for
No.
this because based upon the book, which is one of those books that I wanted to read, but it's so big and lengthy.
Doesn't have any
It's
pictures.
like
Yeah.
600 and some pages.
Yeah, it's really has a lot of heavy content, which failed the first movie attempt, obviously. With inner dialogue and everything. But you're right. Villeneuve wanted to do the Peter Jackson treatment for like they did Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it. Said, oh, no, wait a minute. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this movie. I'm like, why didn't you give him the Peter Jackson option? Look at all the big names you had signed into this.
Ton of stars in it.
Tons of stars into it.
Was it Thanos is in it?
Yeah, exactly. Thanos is in it. Guardians of the Galaxy's in it.
So just watch
Aquaman.
Just watch Infinity War.
You have
Aquaman's in it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Young
time
Arthur,
travel?
the lion. He's
Zendaya?
in it too.
Oh, you
Simba?
Mary Jane. Yeah. No, but seriously, when it comes to all those big names, you got them up. You go ahead and wrap them up. Now you got to wait 2 more years before you can actually, get them back in the studio.
Did
and
you
make
see it
another
in
movie.
theaters or on HBO Max?
I streamed it on HBO Max.
Okay.
Well, a lot of those big names you don't have to bring back.
Spoiler alert.
How much trade negotiations was in it?
A lot.
Yes, I know. Spices, lots of spices.
A lot of people are upset that the House Hakkinen was kind of like ignored for most part of this because they're the major antagonists
Yeah.
but they tried not to bear it down with all the political diplomacy and stuff. But I would say go ahead and enjoy it, kind of like what Meow God says. But you want the full Dune experience. The sci-fi series was really good.
Jeff, you going to watch it?
I'll see it eventually.
Did you just say House of Hackney? Hackney!
Yeah, the House of Hackney.
Yes, they are the protagonists in it. They're all pretty evil.
Yeah.
God, Brian.
Antagonists.
Because they're all interns. They never get to be regular
The antagonist.
hosts.
But as we were joking offline, we were talking about Zendaya's, Zendaya's and it. And you watch the movie, you're like, that's it?
She had 3 scenes?
She had one line?
I did see our most educated listener commented about this on Facebook.
Oh,
Des-
Desmond.
Not to us, just on his own account.
But he doesn't comment to us anymore. Why not?
I don't know. I'll have
You
to ask
offended him, Blake.
But he was kind of disappointed in the movie and disappointed in Villeneuve's take, saying he cut the soul out of the book just to put up pretty pictures. It was, for the most part, those aren't his words, but that's my
Definitely, it
interpretation
is a
of-
beautiful filmed
Yeah.
movie.
Are you going to watch it?
I just said I will eventually watch it. It might be 6 years from now, but
He's going to watch it right after he gets done watching Braveheart.
no, I'll watch it before Braveheart.
Or Pompeii?
I watched Pompeii.
We did. They killed a horse.
If you go to our IMDb page, that's where you can find Jeff's review from Dune.
And
Tumblr.
and Pompeii and his review of Braveheart.
Like, what else we got?
Next, we got Steve from Everything I Learned from Movies. He says, what is your favorite animal at the zoo?
So I got a quick question. I'm trying to figure
Two
out.
questions or one?
Probably 2. Okay. No. But my favorite animal at the zoo, are they talking about an animal that I like that is in a zoo or a specific animal at a zoo I have been to?
I'm going to go with an animal that I have seen at a zoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the answer is different. That's why I asked.
Okay, what's your answer?
My answer is the penguins.
Really? That whole fucking thing for a penguin?
Well, I would have better answers, but I haven't actually seen manatees at the zoo.
Yeah, but he's seen penguins with
I've seen
rockets
manatees
strapped
at
to
the
their
zoo.
backs.
I've seen the manatees.
I haven't. I haven't been to the zoo since the manatee display.
I've
came.
seen more penguins at the aquarium.
Yes.
I've never been to that aquarium.
Seen more
but I've
penguins on
seen
parade.
penguins at the zoo, and it was my favorite part of the zoo was watching the penguins.
Jim?
I'm going to say every time I see it, it makes me cry. The passenger pigeon.
I think they're dead.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
a statue of the last
Is there?
passenger pigeon.
The last
at our
passenger
I've
local-
been to the Cincinnati Zoo like 87 times. I don't think I've ever
You've
noticed.
never seen this Wow. Okay. Yeah, because the last passenger pigeon died at the Cincinnati Zoo,
Oh.
and they have a statue commemorating it.
Did Jack Hanna kill him?
Okay, Jack Hanna is in like San Diego.
Columbus. He's Columbus.
He's Columbus. He's Columbus.
Yes.
That's right. It was Joan Emery was San Diego.
Columbus Zoo is losing their accreditation.
And
Allegedly.
And I don't
Just
think
like they do
I
where
don't
the
think
animals
Jack
came
Hanna was
from.
alive when that passenger.
Nope,
pigeon
doesn't matter.
died.
It's his fault. Brian?
Polar bears.
Okay. Blake?
Always chimpanzees.
Huh.
He likes flinging poo.
Yeah.
And I always like saying, right turn, Clyde. Oh, wait.
Those
left
are
turn, Clyde.
orangutans.
That was smooth.
Well, no wonder
do
they
like the
don't
tigers,
respond
too.
to me.
Tigers. I like the red pandas. They were fun. Those are cool.
Yeah, the white tigers are.
I like the reptile house too.
Ugh. Ugh. It's too hot. Too hot.
It smells.
Yeah.
The insect house.
That's my kid. My youngest's favorite.
The insect house is cool because you can learn how many bugs you weigh.
Yes. Yes. What else we got? Oh.
Nope. Go ahead.
Well, what else we got, Blake?
We have fish. Mm-hmm. Not favorite animal at the zoo.
No.
He's next up in the listener feedback.
Congratulations to Fish. He's engaged. So, congratulations to him.
Way to go, buddy.
He still has to come back and play softball.
Yes, he will.
Speaking of which,
Just that wedding weekend.
Yes.
Did you see the photo with the couple that sparked outrage? Once again at Disneyland. Was it Disneyland or Disney World? I can't remember. But anyway, as a newlywed couple, and on the front of his shirt, it said, I gave her the D, and it said, the big Disney D. And her shirt said, was like, I asked for the D, the big D.
They asked for Doug?
Yeah, they went to Disneyland. He's like, I gave
asked
her
for
the
Doug?
D. I gave her the big D.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And why are
And
people
where-
upset?
So
Where's
now
the
they
outrage?
want censorship of T-shirts at Disneyland.
The internet's stupid.
It is.
Were they able to get on any rides? Did they stay at any hotels in Disney World, Disneyland?
So what you're saying is people are reading something into their shirts that's not intended.
Yeah, that means Disney, right?
Exactly.
Because people on the internet are idiots.
I just thought of fish.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I thought
He
of when I
does,
saw
he
the
does
T-shirts.
work at Disney. He does.
Yeah.
What else you got?
No, he asked a question.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Yeah.
Says,
He doesn't care about the t-shirts.
does anyone care about James Bond anymore?
I care more about the T-shirts.
Yes. Barbara Broccoli cares about James Bond.
Broccoli.
His cousin cares about James Bond.
Yeah.
My parents saw James Bond as they revealed to me this weekend.
Where
and they
at?
liked it.
Where at?
They went to the theater.
He was at the movie theater?
No, my parents went to the theater.
Oh, you said they saw James Bond.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, there's only 6 people in there.
Is that him at Kroger's?
Yeah.
He's buying milk.
He was also on Rami Malek's episode of Saturday Night Live a couple times.
I was in class with a Jim Bond.
Different one.
Did he say, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend?
He did not. I love that. That meme is so good.
No, that Twitter page.
Yeah.
There's a Twitter page. It's just every Friday around 5 o'clock, the Twitter page
Tweets out.
the
Daniel Craig,
Daniel
yeah.
Craig introducing the weekend on Saturday Night Live. Just, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And he just shrugs like,
Although saying that, introducing the guest, the musical act on Saturday Night Live, made me think of Dave Grohl's story about when the Foo Fighters were on and Christopher Walken was the host, and Christopher Walken's like asking him where the emphasis in the name is. He's like, it's like it's the first syllable of fighters, and he's like, and I knew this was going, so he introduced him as like, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
So does anyone care about Bond?
Yeah, I enjoy Bond.
I have to see the movie yet.
I haven't
still
seen the
want to
last.
see the movie.
I have to see the last two now.
I would like to see the movie.
I've never seen a single one.
Really?
So the
Yes.
answer is Brian doesn't.
I do not care.
He could still care, even if you don't know somebody or something. You can still care.
I do not.
Okay.
What if Stallone played the CIA agent that meets up with Bond?
I would probably watch it.
Cobretti?
As King Shark.
What did Brendan Fraser just get announced for?
Firefly. He is not. Sorry,
Enemy. Bad guy.
Batgirl.
Big
Yes,
bad guy.
Batgirl. That's what it was.
HBO Max is coming too. He's Firefly, who is an arsonist.
So that almost went to Stallone. I was
Really?
reading an article today.
You know what? I could actually see that role going to Stallone. I wouldn't have an issue with that. Okay.
It's going to be better than the Firefly from Gotham.
I hope so.
Is it
Well, there
better-
wasn't that Firefly 2.
Time out. Just say, is it better than anything in Gotham? Any villain, any hero?
The Penguin in Gotham was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't this show at one time dedicated just to Gotham?
Yes, it was. Batwoman, the series, without Ruby Rose, is this season they're bringing back his villains, Batman's villains, his rogues gallery. Some of them are copycats though. So, but it's still kind of cool to see. Like they had the Mad Hatter on the episode 1. They had Killer Croc on this episode. Who kind of looked like Bowser from the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's not good side.
I thought you meant Bowser from
Shaun
Shaun.
I think Poison
Arthur
Ivy's coming.
Fonzarelli.
I think Poison Ivy is coming on. But yeah, it's kind of cool that they're. And I keep thinking, man, these guys are so much better than Gotham. Batwoman is not a perfect show by any means, but it's still less cops have died.
Are they bringing Selena Kyle?
Supposedly. We'll see. Go ahead, Blake. We'll wrap this up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up with from Professor Number 1 and Doctor Number 1. Breath of Silence for Reggie Parks. One of the greatest belt makers in wrestling.
He made a lot of the title belts from the 70s and 80s and 90s.
Did he make the $1 million belt?
I think he did, actually. I think he did.
Did he make the spinner belt?
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
He was-
too.
I'm taking back my breath.
He was into bedazzling before bedazzling was called bedazzling.
Yes. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Do you have something?
No, I was just saying, hopefully he wasn't involved in our next one of our News of the Geek stories.
Well, we're getting to that here.
Speaking of the $1 million people.
Here we
trying to
go.
do the
Jeff, give me a
segue.
News of the Geek.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Per the New York Times.
They're no Collider.
No. Mississippi, the 48th educated state in the Union. The state that loves the Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre. Go fuck yourself. As a hometown hero, go fuck yourself. Threatened this week to sue him if he does not repay $828,000 that he owes within 30 days, according to the state auditor.
What did Brett Favre do to you?
Fuck him. I'm going to retire. No, I'm not. Most interceptions. That means that you suck.
Did he touch you or something?
Maybe.
I'm just impressed that he could say Favre correctly.
He's up there with Rod Carew.
He converted.
I'm in town to play the Dolphins, you dumbass.
Favre was among more than 10 people who were sent letters. You get a letter from the state auditors.
And you get a letter, and you get a letter, and you get a letter.
And to make a long story short,
Too late.
Shad White demanded repayment of tens of millions of dollars connected to an extensive fraud scheme involving misspent welfare aid. May 2020, an audit found the state of Mississippi had allowed millions of dollars in anti-poverty funds to be used in ways that did little or nothing to help the poor, with two nonprofit groups instead using money on lobbyists, football tickets, religious concerts, and fitness programs for state lawmakers. You know what? That's kind of on Mississippi. You know, if they're giving this
100%
money
it is.
out, yeah. You know, checks and balances, people. Let's see here. The scheme led to criminal charges against 6 people, including the former executive director of the whatever. He was accused of conspiring with administrators at the nonprofit Mississippi Community Education Center and the center's accountant to defraud taxpayers and create phony invoices. Mr. Favre has not been charged. Let's see here. Favre said, basically, former executive director John Davis must pay $96.3 million, which includes interest. Oh, well, then that's ridiculous once interest comes in. He authorized more than $77 million in illegal welfare spending. He also states that Favre had received $1.1 million from the Mississippi Community Education Center in speaking fees for appearances that he never made. So, that's an issue.
Sounds like a good gig.
He received the payments in December 2017 and 2018, been paid for with federal welfare grants. Favre said, I've had no knowledge that the money had been intended to benefit needy families.
But I took it when I didn't give any speeches.
Now, he did make a $500,000 payment to Mr. White's office in May 2020. He agreed to pay the remaining $600,000 over the next few months, but he never did. In a letter on Tuesday, the auditor demanded that Favre pay the $600,000 as well as $228,000 in interest. This is a pay here, buy here, a pay here loan. Jeez, go fuck himself, Favre.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's a hell of a interest rate.
Wow. Like, that interest rate is ridiculous.
He's not the only prominent figure. This is what I like, because Number One Fan brought this to my attention about a year ago. He's not the only prominent figure, according to Mr. White, who could be sued if they fail within 30 days to repay money. Heart of David Ministry, a Christian ministry that is controlled by who? The former WWE wrestler Ted DiBiase Sr., who is known as the $1 Million Man, must repay $722,000. One of Mr. DiBiase's son, Ted DiBiase Jr., is also a former professional wrestler. He must repay $3.9 million. Another son, Brett DiBiase, another professional wrestler, was charged in connection with the fraud scheme and must pay $225,000. Yeah.
Can they sell any of their Robbie Parks belts to help pay off this debt?
Reggie.
Yeah.
One of, let's see here, this is the best part. Brett DiBiase had been paid with welfare funds to teach classes about drug use. He never taught those classes because he was being treated for an opiate addiction at the time.
Opioid.
He was showing people how to
do
do
drugs.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, maybe he was researching.
Unfortunately, he was in California at a rehab when he was supposed to be teaching these classes.
Well, when you give someone money to show people how to do drugs, what do you expect?
The funny thing is, Ted DiBiase Jr., literally a week after WWE Network did a Where Are They Now? And they highlighted all of Ted DiBiase Jr.'s charity work with this. And literally a week later, they came to his house, the police. And they're like, no.
Yeah, he owes $4 million.
It's Mississippi money, though.
Where Brett, who was charged, only owes $250,000.
Mississippi money's different, though. So, and I'll be honest, he could probably pay them $4, and they probably think it's the same. Their education's awful, Jeff.
We just lost our Mississippi listener.
Good news is we got the Alabama listeners back because I went down there this year. Door to door.
Well, you insulted Mississippi.
Roll
So now we
Tide.
got Alabama back.
Didn't the Alabama listeners run you out of the state?
Allegedly.
Julie won Alabama listeners. Didn't they elect Tommy Tuberville?
Oh, yeah, fuck them.
Good old football coach.
He's a fucker. He's up there with Brett Favre. Go fuck yourself. Let's see here. Per the Daily News, former former porn star is
I got a Billy Joel thing here. The last story was from the New York Times, and this one's from the Daily News.
The New York Times.
The Daily News. Lyrics from a Billy Joel song.
okay. I trust you.
I did that on purpose.
Good job.
Nice
Brett.
job.
I only know Bottle of Red.
Bottle of white.
Bottle of White.
Oh, you know, Piano Man. Former porn star is heading to prison for her role in the shooting death of a man whose body was found in a makeshift grave in where? Florida. Prosecutors announced this week. Prostitutes announced this week.
Not associated with Landry. What's his name?
Lauren Wombles, who performed in adult movies using the name Aubrey Gold. Jim.
So Blake, how was Aubrey Gold?
I purposely did not go look because I didn't want to increase her Pornhub views.
You don't want to be an
I
accessory to
don't want to be
murder?
accessory to murder or increasing her hits.
Hey, Jim. Now up on stage 7, Aubrey Gold. Come on, guys. Those songs don't pay for themselves.
Get your hands together for Aubrey Gold.
She's a killer. Allegedly.
She has a killer body. Was sentenced to 10 years in prison. 10 years? My God. Go kill someone in Florida if you want to. You don't get anything.
She didn't kill them.
Oh, I guess I should
Keep
read-
reading.
She was
Sorry.
an accessory.
Sentenced 10 years in prison Monday after pleading no contest to one count of accessory after the fact to second-degree murder. She is one of 3 people involved, in killing a 51-year-old Raul Ambrose Guillen on July 4th, 2020.
What was his name?
Guillen. Jose Guillen.
The full name?
Raul, Ambrose.
Okay.
What is it?
No, you're good.
Go ahead, Jason. Keep going.
Go fuck yourself, too. Guillen's body was found in Holmes County. We're going to Holmes. Nearly 2 months after the murder, according to the 14th century state attorney's office.
14th century.
I object.
Eventually led to murder charges against co-defendants William Parker, Jeremy Peters, and Wombles.
14th Century Fox is my favorite movie studio.
Did they have talkies back then?
Nope.
Parker, who's accused of... Fuck this.
Parker, who is accused of shooting the victim, is awaiting trial on a charge of second-degree murder. Peter faced a jury trial in June and was found guilty of accessory after the fact to
That's actually Jim and Jeff
murder
talking.
and conspiracy to commit first-degree tampering with a witness. He was later sentenced to 20 years in prison. Wombles, 24, agreed to testify against Peters and plans to do the same at Parker's trial, according to prosecutors.
That's right. Hobie, now recorded in Now stereo.
Zach's motive for the killing remains unclear, but they think drugs might be involved. What? So she's 24. She's going to get out at 34. She's got at least a good 2 years in porn after that.
They should be a MILF.
They should probably go talk to Brett DiBiase. If drugs were involved.
Let's see here. It's too late. Box office news, dude made a lot of money.
Dune, number one at the box office. It made $40.1 million in its opening weekend on a $165 million budget. Plus, it was streaming on HBO Max. Number two, Halloween Kills made $14.5 million, a total of $73 million on a $20 million budget.
Whew.
No Time to Die, Dr. Jones, made $12 million, a total of $120 million on a $250 million budget.
I don't think that's going to make its money back.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage, made $9 million, a total of $182 million on a $110 million budget. And at number 5, we have Ron's Gone Wrong, making $7.3 million in its opening weekend of $25 million budget.
What is Ron's Gone Wrong?
It's a cartoon about robots.
Oh, I did see an ad for that. That looks terrible.
Yes, it does.
That was a sequel to Girls Gone Bad.
Wild.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Girls Gone Wild. Sorry.
the international box office is where No Time to Die has got to make its money back.
It's already over $300 million internationally.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I think I sit corrected.
Upcoming October 29th of 2021, we have Antlers.
In an isolated Oregon town, a middle school teacher and her sheriff brother become embroiled in her enigmatic student whose dark secrets lead to terrifying encounters with a legendary ancestral creature who came before them.
Is that
So it's a horror movie.
Carrie
Carrie
Russell,
Russell? I saw the preview for that.
Jesse Plemons,
Yeah, good old Lance.
Frank Grillo.
Look, man, we're not doing it. All right.
got Rory Cochrane,
Ooh.
Slater from Dazed and Confused.
What else we
Got
got?
any weed on you, man?
Be a lot cooler if you did.
What else we got?
Also coming out is Last Night in Soho.
An inspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker.
That sounds intriguing.
Anya Joy Taylor.
She is pretty...
Is that the Edgar Wright one?
Isn't it Anya
Yeah,
Taylor
this is-
Joy?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, Anya. Yes,
It's Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. Yeah,
Edgar Wright Burroughs?
Yes.
no, just Edgar Wright.
Love that he did Cheers.
Of the Cornetto
Thomason
trilogies.
McKenzie and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Frank Grillo.
Matt Smith.
Frank Grill. We're not doing it. I told you.
I didn't say.
We're not doing it. This
Diana
time.
Rigg.
Rigg. Yep.
Actually, they use a lot of Diana Rigg's background for this, in her experiences and things like that for this movie and script as well. Edgar Wright actually does a very good interview where he talks about how Diana Rigg helped inspire a lot of the scenes and the interactions.
Diana Rigg helped inspire a lot of...
Well, I helped. Yeah, But so yeah, he had talked about going seeing her just before she passed away a couple months ago and all this kind of fun stuff. So he's very excited to do a movie about this because it's the first time that he's actually featuring females in lead roles and all that kind of fun stuff.
Okay. Jeff, you got some top 5 music?
Top 5
Music.
It's a Frankie production. Top 5 this week.
We're
is-
not doing it.
What?
We are not doing the
A top 5? We're not doing the top 5?
We're not doing. I know what you're doing, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. I don't like it. We're not doing it.
Jeez. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're not doing. I want to do top 5. It's a cool top 5. It's top 5 favorite arcade games. I don't know what the issue is, Brian. Jeez.
The issue is that Jason's kind of an asshole.
Kind of.
That's an issue? I mean, we've been doing 414 of these episodes.
Yeah, this is on you now. It's kind of like Mississippi. That's on them for giving that money out. They didn't have anybody that could count past 10 in Mississippi. Top 5 favorite arcade games. Jeff, number 5.
Starting with me, I will say I tried to do my list kind of pretty much based on the amount of quarters I probably plunked into these machines. So the ones I've paid the most for are probably higher up on my list.
Okay.
So with that, I am starting at number 5 with Altered Beast.
Okay. That's the RPG?
No,
it's
it's a side scroller where you turn into
You
like
turn
a
into a werewolf.
I think there's 2 different creatures.
Yeah.
Like player 2 turns into something different, but and you just go around and kill things.
Smash cities, buildings.
No.
That's higher up on his list.
Oh, sorry. I got the wrong one.
Blake, what's your number 5?
Yeah. Ditto with what Jeff said. Star Wars, that arcade game, although I can never get past like the first 3
When you're
challenges.
flying?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one where you have
I mean,
to fly down the Death Star chasm or whatnot.
Yeah.
No.
It's just lines on the side
It's
of the...
basically just lines and
Yeah.
pillars with boxes on top that you shoot. And,
But back then, you're like, look at these graphics.
these are amazing.
Brian, number 5.
Number 5 for me was Police Trainer. You guys remember that? It's
Yeah.
so the whole game is like basically like you're at a shooting range. It's like all these different challenges where like you're target shooting and like you're going through like simulations.
It's like Hogan's Alley?
kind
For the
of.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Never heard of that one. Jim.
I'm going to go with whatever the name of that horse racing game they had
Dave and Buster's.
at Dave and Buster's.
Is it like
Steeplechase?
the last long furlough or something?
Something like that.
Oh, I think I cleared out my wallet where I had all the.
Who are you, George Costanza?
All the horse.
I used to have the horse cards in there.
Basically,
but
you would make a horse and you race in the derbies and the races. Okay. That's a good one, Jen. I forgot about that. Well,
Yeah, I checked my wallet and I didn't have mine either.
my number 5 was...
that's what I got accomplished during the pandemic. Was I cleared out my wallet.
So now he doesn't have as bad of a back issue as he did before.
Derby Owners Club.
That's it.
Yep.
It's a great game. My number 5
Feed it carrots.
is Sunset Riders, where the Cowboys, and we bought it. We actually got it for the Switch. It's awesome. And basically, you're just one of 4 Cowboys, and you can play. It's a 4-player game, but you go through like different Western towns and try to clear out the bad guys. It's basically a shoot 'em up.
I don't remember this game at all.
It's awesome. Number 4 for me is where is it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Any of their 4-player games. They had their arcade game, then they had Turtles in Time.
Yep.
They had another one.
Well, but we're doing arcade games.
They're arcade games.
Yeah, but you said they had the arcade game, and then they also had, and you started naming non-arcade games.
No, the Turtles in Time was arcade too.
Oh, okay.
They had multiple arcade games. They were all pretty much the same thing, though. So, Jim, number 4.
Wizard needs food.
That's my number 1.
What is that?
Gauntlet.
Elf is about to die.
Okay.
I think I've put more quarters in Gauntlet than any other game.
Put it on the board. Brian.
My number 4 was Cruising World.
Oh,
Is that a
the
sequel to
racing.
Cruising USA?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was basically the
Good one, Brian.
We had a lot of fun playing that a couple years ago while watching football at Stone.
Yeah.
At halftime, we would roll over to the Cruising USA game at the bowling alley and play drunk driving. Well, you had to have a beer in your hand at all times while driving the courses.
We don't condone this in real life.
Well, no.
In real life, we can condone using an arcade game with
An
beer.
arcade game.
Yes,
but don't
arcade
drive.
game. We did
Don't
arcade
drink and
game.
drive.
Yeah. In the safety of the bowling alley.
The
Yes.
safety boy was fine, and only real guys did use the stick.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
right.
do manual.
It's probably the closest he's got behind a wheel in years. Blake, next.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's
Jim
true.
doesn't have a license.
All right, so I give you a sound effect, and you guess what game this is.
Adventure?
No,
No. I should know that.
you're getting sucked up.
E.T.?
No, Tron.
Oh, God.
When you get sucked up into the computer, all that kind of stuff. I love doing the challenges. The most fun, of course, was the light cycles,
Light Cycles was the
Yeah.
best one. Yeah.
which was just basically a futuristic snake game.
Yep. But you moved faster. Meow.
Yes.
Meow.
And it had cool
Slow-
sound effects.
Yeah, you can slow down and speed up.
Jeff, number 4.
No, you always had to go at full speed. Otherwise, you were a wuss.
Why I always beat him?
Jeff didn't get past the first turn.
Yeah, I turned twice before I blew up. So
The best part.
I
was-
didn't put a whole lot of quarters into that game because I died pretty easy.
The best part was when you get sucked up into the computer with that, music. You can take the dial wheel and spin it real fast, and his one arm just goes woo, 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 like in a big circle. It's pretty funny.
Well, as Blake hit on earlier, my number 4 is Rampage.
Oh,
Yes.
destruction.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's
I
the
like
one
that
where
game.
you-
I liked it more on the computer and then on the consoles.
Oh no!
Arcade is much
I didn't
better.
realize it was an arcade game until
Oh, okay.
after the fact.
It was so much better in the arcade than the
Yeah.
console versions, but
It's fun punching out buildings.
I
And
watched that.
eating the
Yeah.
people.
And eating
My
people.
oldest son and I watched that film this week.
on purpose.
It was not good. Not good.
My favorite thing in Rampage was trying to eat the other person if they died.
When they shrank
Yeah.
to the human. Jeff, what's number 3?
My number 3 was Journey, the video game based off of the band Journey.
I don't think I remember this one.
You had 5 different types of challenges, one per each band member, and you had to go through. And when you
How was Randy Jackson's challenge?
this was pre Randy Jackson in the band.
Were you too pitchy for him?
Dog?
What happens if you stopped believing?
You died.
So don't do that.
No, you don't stop believing, and then you can make it on to the next board. And I think if you beat all 5 things and you got into the little bug ship and flew away and you escaped.
It's like an endless love.
Escape to better music.
Because their
album was Escape.
Now
I don't think I've ever seen that arcade
I don't
game.
either.
I don't know.
But it sounds
I remember
interesting.
it. I didn't like it.
Number 3
Well, it was at Doc Holidays, and I spent a lot of quarters on it.
on Journey. Number 3 for
The
you.
only location in the United States.
Maybe. I don't know.
Cincinnati guys really like Journey.
We're huge in Cincinnati.
Why did you join the band?
Make sure we stop there on concert tour.
No. They're scary.
Number 3, Blake?
Ye old classic, original Asteroids.
Okay.
Man, you can only spin around and shoot in a circle for so long before you got to start flying around.
Oh,
you
man,
couldn't
they're
stop.
making me move.
Exactly.
You couldn't stop the
And then you
ship.
can't stop. You're like, it's like real space travel.
Brian, number 3.
Number 3 for me was Silent Scope.
Oh,
the
that's right. I
Sniper.
love that game.
Oh,
Dave and Buster's. I
Yep.
play that all the time.
I was thinking it was a submarine game. No, I must be thinking of something else.
Oh, no. I love that
Yeah,
game.
it
That's
was
fun.
awesome.
Jim.
I'll do sound effects. No.
That's the James Bond car thing. What is that?
Spy Hunter.
Spy Hunter.
That's it. Let's drop some oil slicks and
Yeah.
some
That was not associated with Bond at all. Not even close.
smoke
Nope.
screen. And
That's a good one, yeah. That was old school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had a good soundtrack.
My number, where are we on? 3? My number 3 is the game that I'm actually getting, the arcade game that I'm getting for the basement this Christmas.
Pac-Man?
NBA Jam.
That was on my honorable mention.
My number 2 I'll get to in a second.
He's on fire.
Is a 4-player game. They have the arcade 1-up, and I'm going to pack. It's usually on sale at Christmas time, so I'm going to get it this year.
Is it going to be the what rosters?
They said it has the original rosters, except for like 4 or 5 that are missing.
Like Jordan?
Barkley, Jordan. No, Barkley is I think might be on there. Shaq.
Is it going to have the patch to fix the little thing that the creators of the game put in?
What's that?
That the Bulls could never hit a game-winning shot against the Detroit Pistons.
Really?
Yes.
That's right. I read about that.
I just hope it has Detlef Schrempf in it. No, it has Tournament Edition, Regular Edition, Tournament Edition, and NBA Hang Time, I think.
Does it have George Morris on?
I don't know.
He was in one of the later editions on like
I think Scott Skiles is in it.
Is that Cabbage George?
So
dig it.
So we'll be having that arcade down here in the green room. So we'll be having that. And then number 2 is the game I was going to get that my wife told me to get for Father's Day, and then we both saw the price, and it was ridiculous. X-Men: Children of the Atom arcade game, 4 players. Blake just got attacked.
2 weeks in a row.
I just used my psychic abilities to make the microphone attack.
You know what's great about that X-Men game?
Yes.
Dazzler is one of the playable
Dazzler
characters.
is.
There went my number 2.
Great game. Arcade 1-up, they have it, and my wife's like, you love that game, go get it. And then I went to go get it and pre-order it, and it was $800. And I was like, I'm not buying that for $800. NBA Jam you can get for like $400 or $300. So I thought, okay, I can do that. But yeah, Children of the Atom, great game. You get to play as Iceman, Cyclops, all those guys. Wolverine, Nightcrawler was my favorite. Jean Grey and Dazzler.
Yep.
I think Jean Grey. No, Storm.
Storm.
Jim, that was your number 2?
I had number 2 for X-Men.
Brian, number 2.
My number 2, WWF WrestleMania.
WrestleFest?
Or WrestleFest,
My
yeah.
number 1, you son of a bitch.
My number 1 was knocked out by his number 4.
That's
I don't
true.
want to hear about it.
That would have been. I would have paid $1,000 if I can get that, but they can't get the rights to all the characters, like Demolition. That was awesome. Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
That was. Oh my God. Hogan, Slaughter. Trying to think who else is in it.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Big Boss Man, Ted
Ted
DiBiase,
DiBiase.
Legion of Doom, because they were the tag team you played at the end.
Bam
Demolition.
Bam Bigelow?
No.
I think
Demolition.
DiBiase's asking more money so he can pay up for the
Actually, he might be cheaper now. $12. That's fine. Just give me it.
Did WrestleMania come after WrestleFest? Was like
find out.
arcade-wise, I think, maybe.
I'll find out for you here.
I mean, I remember playing both of them, but I think I played WrestleMania more because it was newer whenever I was
I'll check for you here.
perusing the arcades.
Go ahead, Blake.
I can't remember the name of this video game, but it was mostly predominantly in Pizza Hut restaurants, in bowling alleys, or skating rinks. And it was a sit-down tabletop game, and all it was a black field with white X's and O's, and it was football.
Oh, wow.
And it had a track ball. And so the little football essentially would hike with your team. You roll them around and you hit the pass button, and you could control your receivers with the track ball, and you basically spin the shit out of the track ball to try and run and move things around.
Those were turned into centipedes by the time I got there.
Yeah.
WrestleMania came out after WrestleFest. WrestleFest said the older guys. WrestleMania was more cartoony. Like Doink had the big hammer.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow was in that.
Aha!
Bret Hart was in it. Sid Vicious, I think. I'm still getting it all.
Sid Justice?
Sid Justice.
Psycho
sorry.
Sid?
Sid Vicious.
I was.
That was one of his names.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Jeff. Number 2.
Number 2 for me was Crystal Castle. It was a trackball game where you played a circus bear on a unicorn where you went around the little mazes or whatever and picked up little crystals.
Picked up all the crystals, and you don't get caught by the tree bad guy, whatever they were like.
I don't even remember.
They were like they were kind of like centipede things, but they're straight up in the air.
Yeah, the cactus looking.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I played that one a lot.
Razor Ramon, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels were also.
Had
and
nothing to do with Crystal
yeah,
Castle.
Lex Luger.
We really don't care.
I was telling Brian.
But we moved on to Crystal Castle.
Yes.
What's your number one? Shut
You
up.
already had your
You
time. for
ruined
that.
my
It
number
was
2.
Brian's.
I feel
Anyways,
less.
Here I had number one. Blake, what's number one?
And then my number 1 was Gauntlet.
That's right.
Damn, I shot the food again.
Valkyrie needs food. Yes. So for my number one, break out your back pocket comb, or if you had a pencil or a pen, you would have to balance it on your finger in between the two buttons and beat the shit out of one side. So when the other side went up or down, it hit the other button so you can move and run faster. I'm talking about
field?
track and field, baby. Track and field. You lift the comb, you balance on your fingers, you're trying to beat the shit out of that game, man.
I played that about a month ago.
Yeah.
There's a local arcade over where you guys live.
Yeah.
And they had track and field. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, go! Like, it is a pain in the ass.
It is, but you got to break out your pocket
I
comb.
didn't know that. Now I know.
Never mind. You can use a pen or a pencil.
I get it. You're making fun of him because he's got no hair.
Brian, what's your number
He does
one?
downstairs.
So,
No, I'm shaving.
Blake, that was just called Atari football.
That was just Atari football.
Atari football.
Atari football?
It was
Yeah.
just X's and O's. It was the
Yeah,
simplest
Atari
and funnest
football X's and O's arcade game.
When
Yeah.
you said football, I thought you were talking about European football. At
No,
first.
no.
So,
How much is that going for? The one you found?
The one
$12
on Amazon, which is of course Amazon has it. $3,900.
Yeah, it's a big tabletop. I mean, you sit down opposite of each other. On
Yeah,
that
you
thing.
can set on either side.
Yeah.
what's the number one, Brian?
My number one.
Thanks for looking that up, by the way.
Yes, sir. Number one for me was Area 51.
Oh, the shooter.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I love that game.
That's a good one. I like that.
That was better than House of the Dead.
Yes, it was.
The movie and the game. Number one for you, Brian? Or Jet?
Area 51. I just said it.
Thank you.
My number
Frank
one
Production.
is the game I put more money into than any other
Okay,
game.
I know what your number one is then.
That would be Golden Tee.
Ah.
I do have my Golden Tee card in my wallet.
I do too. Which version? There's 8,700 versions.
I guess probably the one I got best at was 2006.
Okay.
Myself and the Gimp were out in, well, we played it all the time before softball and stuff, but we were out in Arizona visiting his cousin on a little golf trip. And we go to the bar after we got done, and he's like, "You guys want to play Golden Tee?" And we're like, "Sure." And he's like, "Okay, what do you guys want to bet?" And we're like, "Nothing." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because it wouldn't be fair." He goes, "I'll take it easy on you guys." I'm like, "No, that's not what I meant.
Too late.
It won't be fair." He's like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Really, there's 3 courses. If you pick one of them, we might be close. You pick another one, you're going to lose by 10 strokes. You pick the third one, you're going to lose by 15 strokes." And he said, "Okay." So he's picked a course, hits this ball 325 yards right down the middle of the fairway. And he goes, "Which one did I pick, guys?" I go up there, I aim like 4 right, do this big hook spin, and land it on the green. 418 yards. I'm like, "You chose poorly."
Was that one of them where you like turn around and aim it like all the way to the right and you go over a hill through trees?
Pretty much, yeah.
Where you know the secret.
Oh, yeah. We knew the secrets on all the, like, we shot minus like 29 or 30.
You should have bet him.
He bought the pitcher of beer after that.
My number one is
There's my
WrestleFest.
Golden Tee card.
Snow's nuts.
We had some listeners on this one. Feedback. Doctor number one had, any chance I can put Beat 'em and Eat 'em on a top 5, I'm doing it.
Do they have an arcade version of that?
I hope not.
Yeah.
They do at the porn shop. Home Video Hustle. Brent.
All right.
Hey, Brent. Pac-Man. Mortal Kombat. NBA Jam. Star Wars Arcade.
Oh.
I think that's not yours, though. It's a different arcade that you actually got into. There's a new one.
Oh, okay.
Really damn good.
I was going to say, Brent's a lot younger than me.
Yeah.
So
But those are all older games he picked.
And
That's
Time
true.
Crisis 3.
Time Crisis is pretty
he must have hung out at like 14 gig bar or something.
Mortal Kombat 2 was an honorable mention.
Which one? Mortal Kombat 2?
Mortal Kombat
Okay.
2, 1993.
Or is it 12 gig bar?
It's
18. 16.
16 or 8. 'cause
16
those
or
are
8.
yeah, those are the
Well,
amount that.
didn't they have the one downtown here full of these
Used to.
arcades? As long as you can play for free, as long as you're drinking.
It's in Over the Rhine.
Yeah.
That one closed.
16-bit
16-bit.
closed, and they took the games and brought them over to the little Candlepin Bowling bar. So they have some games in there now.
There is one in the north side too. A little smaller than 16-bit was,
Yeah.
but
Top 5 arcade games from Pittsburgh Nerd. Sean,
All right.
Defender. Asteroids. Pole Position. Afterburner. And Star Wars.
pole position.
Forgot about that.
That's pretty much the original car racing game.
Oh, I was thinking something way different.
Prepare to qualify.
Oh, I don't know what you're thinking.
It was in the strip club, too. Stork, another Pittsburgh guy. X-Men, the one we had. Simpsons, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Indiana Jones Pinball. Star Trek Next Generation Pinball. It was probably boring. Took forever to get the pinball up. And Terminator,
And it was pointless and went nowhere.
and Terminator 2. Terminator 2 was good. Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666.
He's not evil.
Just handled that way. He had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Good one. Rampage.
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Spy Hunter. And Super Off-Road.
Ooh.
And Mortal Kombat is an honorable mention. We also had a few others. Brian had Paperboy.
Paperboy.
Stupid dog. Spy Hunter. Ms. Pac-Man. That was a good one.
Miz was better than the
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Galaga. And Major Havoc. I don't know Major Havoc.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
Gallagher would be on my, honorable mentions.
Now, what's better, Galaga or Galaxian or whatever it was?
Ooh, yeah.
I didn't realize they were two different games for like the
Somebody said
longest
off-road.
time.
What's that?
Off-road.
Super
Yeah,
Off-Road, yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah,
That was a
That's a-
fantastic game.
That was the dirt one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Trucks. Yeah.
40 going on 14. Hey, check them out. We were on there in September, except for Brian. He wasn't dedicated. He said, I used to love one called Quix, Quix.
Oh, yes.
But there was also Tapper,
Yep. Tapper was good.
Wizard of War, WOR.
I don't know if I really.
And I spent way too much on any Japanese bullet hell shooters.
Does anybody have Wreck-Em Ralph yet on the list?
Not yet.
The game was Fix It Felix.
Fix it, Felix. David Brooks had NBA Jam, Ninja Turtles, Pac-Man, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Joe Lisa Sutman had Elevator Action.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
fun.
I played my fair share of elevator action.
Tony High, from Tony of the Salty Language, had Good One, Gents.
Tony of the Salty Language.
He said, Good One, Gents. He complimented Brian on this top 5. He said Defender, Lethal Enforcers, Double Dragon,
Ooh, I had that on my honorable mention list.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Pinball, just in general. I do like pinball.
Pinball in general, not a specific machine.
The Kiss pinball.
Kiss pinball.
I will say there was a Primal Rage. Do you remember that? That was the Mortal Kombat. It was after Mortal Kombat. It was dinosaurs, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. I like that one.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey
Kong wasn't on anybody's list?
That was an honorable mention for me. I did have Popeye for an honorable mention, and I thought that was really awesome. And then I played it about a month
Yes.
ago, and I'm like, even before that, I played,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is not good.
Yeah. I remembered liking Popeye way back when, but yeah, when we were at 16-bit for your birthday
Yeah.
a couple years ago, it was no.
What about Dig Dug? No Dig Dug?
Well, hold on. One
That
other.
would be an honorable mention.
I apologize. Doug, number 1 fan.
Oh, Dig Dog.
He is good at it, though. I will say he is good at it. He had Double Dragon and Wizards of War, NBA Jam, NASCAR Racing. That was a good one. Dig Dug and Galaga was his number 1. So there you go.
I've got one from Dr. Dana.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's see. Number 5, she just had air hockey.
Okay,
Number 4, skee ball.
You know,
that's
if
my mom's favorite.
I should have put skee ball on my list. I didn't even think of non-video.
Yeah,
Tickets.
That's
Yeah.
what those were like right off the bat. She's like, those were the two things that she loved.
Bubble hockey.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Number 3, Pac-Man. Number 2, Ninja Turtles. And number 1, Galaga.
My wife actually had one, Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So all of these games, though, are not as difficult when you get unlimited lives at these arcades now. When you just pay a set fee, $8 play all day. Oh, this is easy. I beat my oldest son and my daughter beat The Simpsons game in like an hour. It was great, 45 minutes.
Well, you could beat it in an hour
Yeah, it was great.
if you keep plunking in quarters.
Yeah, it was great.
And the other, I had Punch Out,
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
and I just forgot the other one. Oh well, move on.
My other two that weren't already mentioned were Big Buck Hunter
Oh,
Yep.
and Silver
Silver
Strike
Strike
Bowling.
how about bags? How about bags?
Oh, I got kind of good at bags.
At one time in Cincinnati, I had the high scores on I think 7 different bags machines.
Oh God,
He did. What about Street Fighter?
that was good. I liked it.
That was
That was more console for me though.
Street Fighter 2 was more.
No,
what I-
not Street Fighter 2. Street
Oh, the
Fighter.
original.
Yeah,
We had
The one where
The
you
side-scroller.
side scroller.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
this
yeah.
fighting another guy shit.
So we have the ultimate Street Fighter collection for the Switch, and you can pick like all of them, and you can pick the original. And we're like, and my kids are like, "What the heck is this?" Like, never mind.
You know, if I could have afforded it at 50 cents a play, and
Dragon's
if I
Lair?
wasn't so horrible at it, yes, Dragon's
Yeah.
Lair would have been on my list. But
I'll get you a laser disc. You can
50
just
cents.
pick whichever one.
50 cents a play, and
It was
you
hard.
pretty much
die in the first
got
30
like-
You got
seconds.
like
Three lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
three lives too. If you were lucky, you got 4 boards.
Space
And-
Ace was my favorite.
But
Was better
I learned quickly to not like Dragon's Lair.
because it looks so appealing.
Yeah,
And then you're like,
and then you're like, all I have to do is time when I hit this, and I can never do it right.
correct.
can never get it down.
That's what she
Because
said.
the video sucked.
I was better at timing Bald Bull charging you.
Oh yeah,
I never played that one in the arcade.
it's a fun arcade
I've
one.
only played
It
that
is.
on
That is a
Nintendo.
fun
Nintendo.
arcade one. I like that Mike Tyson's Punch Out, right?
No.
Oh, no?
Just
Out.
Punch
Oh,
Out.
just Punch Out. My,
You were the
yes.
green outline guy with the little crisscross check.
Oh, you were still
Glass Jaw
Lil Mac.
Jim.
you were still
Lil
Little
Mac.
Mac and
Glass
Glass
Jim.
Joe.
Yeah, Glass Joe. That's right.
Yeah, the Green Outline was a different boxing game.
Okay. Bad idea of the week, number 812.
Trying to beat Dragon's Lair.
There you go. Good job, Jim.
At 50 cents a pop.
Titles for the show. I had ice cream sandwiches, Stuck in Tacoma, Not One Good Person, Tube and Tape, and Too Pitchy Dog.
Did we even discuss ice cream sandwiches?
no.
Okay.
That was all fair.
I had, what was it, Dr.
I had police lawyer MD. That's what you're going with?
Dr.
for?
Police Lawyer MD.
Okay.
Let's see.
Lawyer.
What did I have?
Lawyer.
He's a fucker. Yeah, I think so. Are we so stupid we needed that? I know what you're doing and I don't like it.
Frankie Productions.
Stop it.
Yeah, I also had I know what you're doing.
And then I had Doctor, Lawyer, Firefighter, MD.
I also had still masturbating
Nope.
and House Hackney. Hackney!
So we like police, lawyer, MD, right? Or doctor. Which one?
Police Lawyer Firefighter MD.
Yeah.
Doctor, police. What is it? Doctor, police?
Lawyer,
Firefighter,
Firefighter, MD.
Okay. Michael Myers will not like this one.
Oh, boo.
Brian!
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Brian.
What do you get when you divide the circumference of a pumpkin by its diameter?
Pumpkin pie.
You got it.
Yes!
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye with pumpkin pie.
Frankie Production.
Bye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.